Alright people, what's up everyone, and welcome to another reaction video for today. And this is a behind the scenes video for God of War Ragnarok. This is called Shaping the Story. Anybody remember the Raising Kratos documentary? I only watched like half of that. I never finished it. It was really good from what I watched. I need to finish that, but or just rewatch it. Might as well. I wonder if they're gonna do one for this. I'm sure they will. Anyway, Shaping the Story. This is of course this game comes out in 3 weeks. I'm excited. I'm super excited for it. But yeah, the last game was fantastic, and this one's gonna be good. Or if you watch one of those compilation videos for everybody, look up. I think it's God of War wins Game of the Year award compilation, and my reaction's in there, and immediately I say boo when it wins. But the guy that took my reaction just cut away right when I went boo, but didn't keep the part where I said, "No, I'm just joking." Right, literally right after that. So I get randomly, I'll get comments. This is the guy that fucking booed God of War. I'm like, oh, I'm warning everybody. If it does win Game of the Year this year somehow, I'm gonna boo it again. Just gonna tell everybody, just to be a dick, I'm gonna do it again. Anyway, so but this time I'm not gonna say I'm just kidding. I'm gonna say I'm not kidding this time. This is your only warning. Anyway, let's get to it. Shaping the Story. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, play. Wait, hold on. Actually, don't play. Yeah, now play. Fuck yeah. We're gonna see some gameplay, obviously. So.
We're coming off of God of War 2018.
Yes.
How do you top that?
You don't.
How do you deliver something?
No, you can. You can definitely.
Players will love.
That's so good.
Maybe just as much as God of War 2018.
Oh. Wow.
The pressure was tremendous.
So we just made Knack 3 instead. Oh, it was all a joke. This game doesn't even exist. It's just Knack 3. Ragnarok.
My name is Ariel Angelotti, and I am the senior producer for narrative.
My name is Richard Gobert.
Stupid.
I'm the story lead for God of War Ragnarok.
Richard
I'm
Goober?
Jody Kupsko, and I'm the supervising dialogue designer.
My name's Richard
It's my
Goober.
job to shape the story along with our writing team, our narrative director, and game director.
As a producer, it's my job to help build a team to create that content, to own the schedule in realizing that content.
I oversee the dialogue production throughout the entire titles. Every line of dialogue that you hear, every human vocalization and effort and grunt, our
How
team
about the dogs?
touches.
Who does that? Who does that?
I'm a man now. Like you?
No,
No, you're better.
we are not men.
Okay, not bad. That's right.
We are more than
Or
that.
more than that. There you go.
The responsibility is
I was on the
far
right track.
greater.
In the story of God of War 2018, we find Kratos seemingly having turned over a new leaf in the Norse lands.
Yes.
He lives a quiet life hidden in the woods with his wife Faye and their son Atreus. And the story starts with
I
them
wonder if we'll
mourning
ever get
her
to
death.
see his wife.
And we learn that she made a final request before she passed away. She wanted them to spread her ashes from the highest peak in all the 9 realms. He's scared of being a bad father, a bad influence, and as a result, it's made him an absent father. His greatest fear is that he's passed that evil that's inside of him onto his son.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. You will honor your mother and abandon this path you have chosen. It is not too late.
They
So
befriend
good.
Freya, who
Oh,
is
I
an
love
exiled
Freya.
Vanir goddess
So
who
good.
used to be married to Odin.
Spoilers.
They meet Mimir, the
This is a recap.
self-proclaimed
Oh, yeah,
smartest man
Mimir.
alive, who
Love
serves
Mimir.
as their guide and their confidant. And they meet the Holdra
Looks like
brothers,
it.
Brock and
Yes,
Sindri,
I love them
who are
too. I love everybody.
world-class
They're all great. I have
weaponsmiths who
Funko
end
Pops
up
of
their
those
main
guys.
source
Right
of
up there.
upgrades and equipment. Now, among the enemies they make are the Aesir gods, whose leader is none other than Odin, someone we never meet in God of War 2018, but who casts a very long and dark shadow over the 9 realms.
There
Gotcha.
are consequences to killing a god.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
After many adventures, Kratos and Atreus end up fulfilling Mom's wishes, and over the course of that journey, they find out more about each other, and about themselves, and finally find a common ground between them.
You
They
wouldn't know.
become the close family unit that Faye hoped that they would become.
Laughs in Athena.
In God of War Ragnarok, we fast forward a few years, and little Atreus is now a teen, and they're back to hiding out in their home in the woods in Midgard.
I feel like Atreus. Wait,
During the course of the previous game's events, they were forced to kill Odin's
I feel like his voice
grandchildren,
would be better if it was
Magni
the
and Loki,
Pauly
the
Shore
sons of Thor.
Pinocchio voice.
Thor does a lot of the
Am I the only one
lion's
that thinks
share
that?
of Odin's dirty work, and as a
Father.
consequence, he's a very violent, unstable personality. At the end of the last game, they were also forced to kill Balder, the son of Odin and Freya, and that has its own set of consequences. He was a very powerful chess piece for Odin, one that Odin is incredibly bitter about losing.
Freya is not
Freya
happy.
has vowed vengeance against them for the killing of her son. Kratos and Atreus didn't want to kill him. They were friends with
So
Freya.
that part was
But
so
Balder
good.
tried to
What's
kill
the
her
line
in
he
front
said
of
to
them,
him?
And Kratos had no other
got
option in
put
the
him,
moment
something
but
like
to kill him to save Freya's life,
Something like after.
even though it meant losing Freya's friendship.
I will parade your cold body from every corner of every realm and feed your soul to the vilest filth in hell. That is my promise.
He saved your life.
He robbed me of everything.
Chris is alright with it.
Everything.
I love she
His
just
death
becomes
is also
Nemesis in
foretold
God
to
of War
bring
2.
about Fimbulwinter, which is a brutal 3-year winter that is then followed by Ragnarok. It's an apocalyptic war between all the Norse gods, the giants, the dwarves, and the elves, and an army of the dead.
I love that this is
They're all
just a
destined
2-game
to fight
story
in a battle
too.
that
This
basically
is it.
ends the
This is
world.
the end. Yep.
Kratos is understandably worried about his son and what it means for him.
You get to go on this journey with how Atreus grows into a young adult and how Kratos grows into his next era
graphics
in
are
his
insane.
life.
Look at the
and
fur.
really see
Show
kind
this like
of
10
the
years ago,
parent that
like to
he's
the
striving to
people
be,
of
but the
10 years
person
ago,
he's
they'll be like,
striving
what
to be.
what the hell?
I find
The
that
people 10
tale
years ago.
so incredibly relatable.
We had started shooting plenty of content before the pandemic hit. In fact, the week before we all went work from home, we were doing a shoot. I remember being on and off that set,
That's a
running
kid from
back to the
mid-90s.
office and having to talk to studio leadership about what was going down and how this was going to impact us moving forward. And those were trying times.
For us, it was a very unique challenge because we had to bring in actors and we had to record them. And so we had to look at different ways of adapting our typical motion capture process and dialogue recording process so we can continue production and continue at the quality that we wanted for our players and our fans.
We had some actors stand in for other characters, actors who were already, who were like core to one of the scenes, might just be able to play a background character in another scene. To be able to avoid a situation where too many people were
I
on
just need to
set
get Christopher
on any
Judge's.
given day. We avoided compromising the story that we were trying to tell as a result of the pandemic and these limitations that we had to deal with. There were no cinematics that we changed. We still have the same characters in them in the final game. We just had to get a bit creative with how we shot the content.
Our actor for Atreus, Sonny, is a teenage boy.
Yeah.
And his voice changed
Yep.
dramatically.
I'm glad they addressed
throughout the
that.
several years on this title.
Oh, it makes
I don't
sense.
want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
We had to go in and even out that performance, so it sounds like it took place over a short period of time. That was a unique challenge on this one.
Okay.
The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
Whether the Norse saga was going to be a trilogy or just 2 games was something we debated a lot.
2 is great.
There were obviously
More games
pros and
need to do a
cons
2-story
for
thing.
either approach. So we
As we
waited
just saw
for
with the
Corey
Halloween
Barlog to weigh in, and he did.
trilogy.
And he said,
That's a movie, but
let's do it in 2.
yes.
The consequence to that is, how do you wrap up the
Corey was
story
right.
in one game and do Ragnarok justice? How do we lead up to that and then have a big moment
Like,
at the
honestly,
end of the game
Ragnarok's
and
cool,
wrap up all
but
those
I just want them
threads?
to wrap up
This
this.
game is bigger
Kratos
than
Atreus
what we
story.
initially envisioned. There's a lot of important story
actually.
moments that we needed to cover. There are more characters that we follow the threads of, and ultimately, it ends up feeling big and epic because there is a lot there for people to enjoy.
I am very excited for folks to see this final chapter. A lot happens.
This is music. Dude, I remember when they announced this game with that music
we also bring them closure,
at the fucking
and we provide answers to a lot of the
PlayStation
questions
2016 press conference.
Just
So
all
good.
of the new combat that we're doing and the new interactions. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in this title that I think people are going to have fun with.
We all have our own personal Ragnaroks to deal with. And this story is about how you process that, how you own it, and how you make it a part of yourself and grow from it.
I mean, we set some stuff up at the end of last game. There's going to be some consequences this game. We're going to see how things play out between Freya and Kratos. We're going to see how the evolution of the family relationship continues. You got Brock and Sindri, the dwarves, who are kind of part of your makeshift family now. And there's going to be some other characters that we introduce that maybe going to disrupt the balance.
And what's his name? Tor?
That guy? Can't wait until players get their hands on the game or able to experience how the story unfolds for themselves.
I don't know much about.
I think an incredibly well-rounded game, very satisfying combat, beautiful and rich environments to explore, outstanding character art, a lush and moving
we got a
soundtrack
sick DualSense controller too.
It's the work of hundreds of very dedicated artists, and they all have their own stories to tell.
Let's go! Oh, that part's so sick. The part where the right at the end of that trailer was so good. Yeah, right here. There you go. Oh, it's so good. That's so good. Oh, god damn it. That was good. That was a good behind the scenes thing, shaping the story, all that. I enjoyed that trailer, or not trailer, but you know. So there you go. God of War Ragnarok, shaping the story, comes out in a few weeks. Not too much of a wait now, really. Like less than a month until Sonic. Hell yeah, Sonic Frontiers, and then this game. Yeah, whatever. Who cares?